Hey, what's happening? It's your host Smoove, and today we're going to be talking about, you guessed it, Roe v. Wade. And in general, I try to stay away from political topics, but I don't shy away from them either, if that makes any sense to you. Because this is something that I think is important and is worth a conversation. So, ever since 1973, that was a major court decision, Roe versus Wade. And what happened is they pretty much gave women the power of choice. So with that, right, women were able to have a plan after plan. So this would be, I guess, plan C. You know, the plan A would be contraceptive, which there are several types of methods of birth controls. But then, you know, if all else fails, you had your plan B, and maybe plan B wasn't good enough. You could just go to a plan C, which, you know, would be, I guess, the choice. So we'll call that plan C. Now, there are some instances that need to be brought to the forefront. There are victims who are victims of sexual assault, which could be something different, and I don't feel like a woman should be forced to birth a child of a you know what type of a person. So I think in that particular case it's a bit sensitive, and there should be some types of exceptions in that case, and many of these states are not even recognizing that type of exception. And secondly, there's incest. That's a whole nother ball game. I don't know why that would happen. I mean, there's other cases that probably would be also considered an assault. I think that's also a sensitive situation where we also should have the option to plan C, plan choice, right? In general, I mean, in the states that you're in, if you're not able to, maybe you don't have the resources to go to another state. There are some states that are trying to plan some laws that are so stringent that you will not be able to drive through their state in order to accomplish this, or leave their state to go to another state to have this procedure done. Now, they're going hard with that. I don't know. I mean, if that's the case, I mean, people will probably just start leaving the country to go get their surgeries. If you could go get a BBL overseas, then you could probably go get your plan C overseas as well. So I don't think that they're going to stop it, but they probably will be able to successfully reduce it. Now, a couple things don't really make sense to me. How this became a political issue, and it's like right down the middle of the party lines. Democrats say, hey, it's cool. Republicans say, no, it's not cool. To me, that doesn't make any sense. Secondly, this is saying, okay, you're pro-life, but most of the states that are so-called pro-life are for capital punishment, which is obviously not pro-life, right? And pro-Second Amendment, where that would certainly not also be pro-life. So somebody has to make it make sense to me where that's concerned, because they don't really add up. I understand that there's plenty of agendas out there, and if you were to ask me, I don't really want to go too deep into like the whole conspiracy theory thing, because that's not where I'm at with it. But it's pretty evident that the people who want these laws in place, they have an agenda. If you're thinking for a second that they really care about lives, then they would probably show that in other aspects and other things that they're doing, but they don't. So you can't get me to believe that you care about life. You're not really pro-life, so stop it. Let's cut the nonsense. You're not really pro-life. Most of the people who are for this law, and the people, especially the legislators, I don't believe for a second that they haven't utilized Plan C themselves or are pro-life. It's just not really believable to me. That's just my opinion on it. So you have to think about whatever else might be their agenda. Women are certainly going to have to become more careful, and men, obviously, because men are 50% of what's causing it. So you're going to have to just really be on your job. You're going to have to be careful. And, just make sure that you're being responsible. And if you are not sure that you want a child, then you need to take the proper precautions rather than reactions when it comes to conceiving a baby. Period. You're going to have to become more responsible. If this is no longer available to you, then just be as responsible as you can, and just understand that that may not be an option, at least for now. So just be as careful as you can be. There's too many different types of contraceptives, but that's not to take away from the fact that sometimes another major issue that I understand is that there are some women who are in danger themselves by giving birth to a particular child. There are some medical conditions that some women have or developed during pregnancy which can harm them, or they could lose their lives because of it. So in those particular cases, I also believe that you should be able to make the decision if that's what you want to do. In those particular situations, at the very least, if it's an assault, obviously they should have that choice. And that's what I feel. And I'd love to hear what your opinion is on it. Leave your comments down below right after you like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate you. And until next time, stay hungry, my friends. Never thirsty.